Hey everybody, happy Thursday. We are ready to tackle our first math lesson together today, which I'm super excited about doing. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to get out your iReady Grade 3 Mathematics pack. And let's take a look at this table of contents for us. Oops, went a little too fast there. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. So we today are going to be doing practice 1 through 5 or pages 4 through 8. So we're going to stick together with this, and if you have any questions at all, you're confused about something, make sure you circle it, and then when we talk later this week, I can help you work through any problem. Remember, I don't want you guys to feel frustrated. I don't want you to feel lost. I want to make sure that we can work on this together. So this is going to be review from where we left off from school, and this is why I know that you guys got this. So we should be on page, let's check the page number. Oops, page number 4. I can see it right here. And at the top, it says Understanding of Multiplication Models. So I want to go ahead and pull up an anchor chart, kind of like what we did for reading, to help refresh our brains about when we talk about multiplication strategies, what kinds of strategies are we talking about? So as you guys can see on this anchor chart, I love these pictures. These are our equal groups. 3 times 4 means 3 groups with 4 in each equals 12. And remember, we talk about commutative property, we could have also drawn 4 groups with 3 in each. And we did that time and time again when we were together in class. But now you're going to have to do some on your own and kind of recall those steps that we took. There's also something with repeated addition. Remember, that's all multiplication is. It's taking the same thing and it's adding it over and over again. And they did it here. 4 plus 4 plus 4. Which means 3 groups of 4. What could the other one be? They don't have it on this chart, but it could be 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, which equals 12. So 3 groups of 4 or 4 groups of 3. And then, of course, do not forget this, an array. Remember, an array is where you have rows and columns, and they're in perfectly aligned groups. So if you see this, it's not something that is all mixed together. We can easily see this is a 3 by 4. Or we could flip it and do 4 by 3. Regardless, we're going to get 12. Okay? So hopefully that takes your brain back to when we did this in class together. So let's go ahead and let's look at this first problem together. Show 3 groups of 5. Now, again, just like that anchor chart showed us right there, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make my groups of 5. So let me go ahead and get this color right here. We'll make a gray circle. Okay, so here's a group. Just trying to make sure it pops up. That's a group. Now, how many should be in each group? Do you remember what it said? Each group has 5. All right, there's 5. Am I done? Nope, because I need groups of 5 until I get 3. Okay, so we got to make another one. All right, I got another circle ready to go. Sorry, kind of big there, but there we go. It really pops up there. Oh, we have another 5, so I'll get that 5 again because it's 3 groups of 5. So 1, 2, and I know my circles aren't perfect. So when you draw yours, if they're not exactly perfect, that is okay. So kind of like me working through the, oops, I'm moving myself. All right, so there we got 5 there too. You guys, if you were with me right now, you guys would be laughing at Miss Bush. I know you would. All right, here's 5 more. Okay, so let's stop. 3 groups, I'm counting 1, 2, 3 with 5 in each. And what does that equal? You should be saying it. 15. Now, show it by making an array. Now, kind of like when we talk about arrays. So I'm going to actually make some X's here because that's always a good way to do it. So when you make your X's, so 3 groups of 5. So X, I'm going to press enter, 3 groups of 5. There's 3 groups with 5 in each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I could space these out a little bit if I wanted to really kind of make my brain see it a little bit better. So when you're drawing it, you want to make sure that it's, again, in nice rows. So let's count them. 5, 10, 15. You can see it again in a different way. So now complete the equation. So that's where you tell me what the product is. Remember, that's what you call an answer to a multiplication problem. Now it's where it gets kind of fun here. You have to come up with an equation, which this is an equation right here. That is an equation, but it's for this picture. It's for this picture. That's a 3 by 5. What is an equation for this picture? What can we write here? Well, how many rows do you see? 2 by, or 2 times, let's count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, equals, what is 2 times 6? And remember, repeated addition, which is, I love addition, 6 plus 6, and that gets you 12, okay? Try this one. Make an equation that matches the picture. Ooh. So they're trying to flip your brain, go all different directions here. How many groups do you see? How many is in each group? So blank times blank equals blank. What are you going to put? I'm giving you a minute. So I see 4 groups times 3 in each group equals 12. Did you count them? Did you count by threes? Did you count by, what'd you do? I could have gone 3, 6, 9, 12. I would have also taken 3 times 4 equals 12, because it does show commutative property, because when you look at this, you could be thinking 4 groups of 3, or there's 3 in each group of, there's 4 groups. So again, this is commutative property, which we did this at the very beginning of the year together. Now, using words to describe the drawing for problem 3. This is just like what we do in our problem set. Explain. Tell me how you can describe that. How many, so you're going to say, I see how many groups and how many is in each group. So I want to see a good sentence there from you today. Okay? All right, so that's 4. Now, for 5, wow. See these, you guys, you can rock these. All you're going to do is put the product right in each spot. Okay? And then this is a really good problem here. What patterns do you notice in the problems? So pay attention to see how the numbers, how either they're increasing. Are you noticing something going on with the product? Are you noticing something going on with the groups, or how much is in each group? So as you answer these, really look at those numbers and see if you can figure out what the pattern is. And we're going to go over this together. I can't wait to see what you guys do when we meet together. I'm going to make sure I want to hear what you notice, because you might notice more than one thing, which is the best part about math, right? There's discovering those numbers and figuring out what you can put there. Now, draw a model. So when it says to draw a model to show how you solve one of the problems, so let's just pick one. I'm going to pick, I'm going to do this one right here, 2 times 2. Because pick one problem. Now look at all your choices. Oh my goodness, you have so many choices. I'm just going to pick 2 times 2 because that's the one I saw right there. So if I pick 2 times 2, I'm going to write it, 2 times 2 equals 4. I have to draw a model. So what could my picture look like? Oh, I know what I can do. Kind of like where I made my circles, right? I'll make my circles. I'll go a little smaller this time. One group. How much goes in each group? Don't say 4, because if I put 4 in each of these groups, then 4 plus 4 would be 8. No. Let's look at the numbers again. 2 groups with 2 in each group. So as I put that, I'm going to put the number 2. There's 2 here. And there is, sorry, I'm making my next box. 2 here. 2 times 2 is 4. And it also is 2 plus 2. Because remember, addition, repeated addition is the same thing as multiplication. Okay, let's keep moving. So you need to work on this page. Keep finishing that. Page 6, you have some more, and you have a missing. This time it's not just the product. Okay, it might be, look at your numbers here. it might be a group that's missing, the amount in each group, and you got to figure out what that would be. And remember, we call these factors. Which is factor? So 4 times what? 4 times what equals 0? Well, anything times 0, ooh, not a check, equals 0. I don't want to put that check there. 4 times 0 equals 0. So go through and make sure you guys keep going with this. We're almost done with this. Now, here's something kind of fun here. You have to make this sentence complete. Make it true. So not false, make it true. So something times something equals 5. Now, we talked about this earlier in the year. 5, and especially where I can see 7 and then 2 and 1. The only way to multiply to get to 5 is I have to multiply by what number? A good place to start is always start with that same number. So 5 times what equals 5? Remember, it's that trick. 5, anything times 1 equals that other number. Now it's true. 5 times 1 equals 5. So see if you can try that. Do the 1 trick for the rest of these. All right, I'm going to keep scrolling here because you guys can see you have another page of multiplication problems that you can work on. And I said this earlier, if you want to give yourself an extra challenge, which I know several of you can, time yourself. See if you can beat yourself as fast as you can. And remember, a good strategies that we take when we're mathematicians with fact fluency to be most efficient is that we don't have to do them all in order. So if you get stuck on this one, 3 times 9, don't just look at it and think, oh, I don't know. Skip it. Get this one, 1 times 3. And then go back to 3 times 9. And then you can kind of slow your brain down so that anxiety goes down. And you think 3 times 9, what does that mean? It's 3 9 times. Or 9 3 times. So 9 plus 9 plus 9. And what does that equal? Okay? Good luck, good luck, good luck. You guys are going to do great. And the last page you have is times 4. So for this one, think about, again, what we've been doing this whole time. You're going to be talking about how you solved 6 times 4. What's your strategy? And we do this in class every day on the carpet when you share your work with a partner. How did you solve 6 times 4 or 4 times 6? How did you do it? Show me a picture. Explain with your words how you did it. Okay, I can't wait to see your work. Remember, send me a picture. Good luck. And if you would like to, you can also make sure that once you finish, feel free to send me a message on Dojo and I'll give you some extra Dojo points and you guys are going to rock this today. Good luck.